Generally, we have only till now we were doing the data of a single data. Single data means like amount of rainfall on different days, amount of rainfall on different days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. So that will be one data, single data, X data. It may be 2 mm, 3 mm, whatever it is. So it's a single data, that is a univariate, single variation. But sometimes we have two data. For example, your marks in maths and physics, like that. Marks of all the students of the class in maths and physics. So that is a multivariable data, means X and Y, bivariate we call it. Hmm. So, for example, whatever the names, so like that, so many students will be there, and their data will be there. So X data and Y data. Okay. In this case, maths marks and physics marks are not interrelated to each other. Okay. There is no correlation between X and Y. But sometimes X and Y are correlated also. For example, income and expenditure of the family. Income and expenditure of the families, maybe family 1, family 2, family 3, like that. Okay. So here income and expenditure are correlated, right? More is the income, more may be the expenditure. Okay. Here also X and Y, two variables are there, two variable data. Okay. Till now, till 10th class, you are doing only one variable data in statistics. But here there are possibly two variable data, and they are interrelated to each other. And then that also there are different type of, that is called correlation actually. We are studying now, the word is coming in your syllabus, correlation. So what type of correlation is there between X and Y? Whether there is a there are different types of correlation, I will tell you. One is that positive correlation. Okay. And other one is negative correlation. Then perfect positive correlation, perfect negative correlation, and zero correlation. Okay. These are the different types. Okay. Positive, perfect positive, I will tell you what is the meaning of it, and negative, and perfect negative, and then zero correlation also. No correlation means, no means X and Y are independent. Okay. And then positive means if X is increasing, Y should also increase, and X is decreasing, Y should also decrease. Perfect positive means in straight line they will increase proportionately, very proportional, like Y equal to mx, straight line relation. Negative means if means the positive means not exactly they will release, exact relation is not there, but relation is there, that if X is increasing, Y should also increase. Negative means X is increasing, Y should decrease, like income, like some other, like something. Okay. So negative, then perfect negative, again straight line, but downward straight line. Okay. X and Y, X and Y, if you plot it now, so it may be like this, or it may be like this. It may not be straight line, but maybe the pattern is there. May not be a straight line, but the pattern is there. That is negative, perfect negative, and zero means they are not at all interrelated to each other. Okay. So this is correlation. Correlation is basically that the multivariables X and Y data, how they are correlated with each other. And for determining that correlation, because generally data will be given in the problem, and they will ask us to find the correlation between them. So for that, different methods are devised. Okay. So one of the method is that Carl Pearson method is there in your book. Okay. That one I will discuss with you. So let us come to that, whatever exercise you have sent to me. I will discuss one by one important formula. What Yarini has sent to me, that one I will discuss. Okay. Correlation analysis, like that one chapter she has shared with me. You can open that chapter number 25. I will tell you the page numbers which are important to you. Okay. And I will directly write the formulas over here. And first of all, I will tell you about covariance. One new term, covariance. Actually, before that covariance, already variance, one thing was there, which is not at all there in your syllabus, but important also, and it is there in the pure maths syllabus. Okay, variance and standard deviation. These two terms are already discussed in that pure maths statistics syllabus. Standard deviation. variation and standard deviation. These things and all are already there, but these terms are missing here. So now let us not. Okay, I'm not discussing that. Okay, when I teach them, I will call you there. You can also discuss. We can attend there. Now, I just to tell you what is covariance formula alone. I will tell you covariance. This term is there. So directly, I'll tell you the formula. Okay, of the covariance. Covariance formula is written as COV of the two variables x and y. Just now I told you na what is two variable. So 1 upon total number of observation. Remember observation 10th class. I equal to 1, I equal to n, and x minus x mean into y minus y mean. Now one problem if I do, I will understand how to do this one. Okay, this is a formula. X mean, you know what is the x mean? Is the summation of all the x items upon total number of observation. Y means summation of all the y items upon total number of observation. Okay. So what is
Yes, sir.
covariance? Covariance is 1 by n into summation x minus x mean, xi minus x mean into yi minus y mean. Now that means, now just note down this one. Then I will tell you that how to solve the problem. One problem we will solve it. Okay. Then it will be clear how to do it. Now again I will tell you this exactly, this term is not there in a syllabus, but it will be used in the future, that Carl Pearson and all. There it will be used covariance concept. Whether direct question on covariance will come in exam or not, I am not sure. Okay. Just knowledge purpose we are discussing all these things. So done? Written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I tell you that one for one this one is there, question is there in your book also, it is there. Xi and yi values will be given to you, and yi value also. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we have to, you can just simply find x mean first separately by this formula, and find y mean also separately by this formula. That if I can find 2, 3, 6, 10, 15 by 5, 3, and y mean 6, 12, and 20 and 30 by 5, that is 6. Okay, you can separately find it, and then you write this xi minus x mean and yi minus y mean. Then again you just find out 1 minus 3 minus 2, 2 minus 3 minus 1, like that. 0, 1 and 2, and yi minus y means 6 minus 2, 4. Sorry. So 2 minus 6 minus 4, 4 minus 6 minus 2, 6 minus 6, 0, 8 minus 6, 2, and 4. Now what you have to do is one more column you make it, because our formula calls for that. You have to make one column where you write the multiplication of this one. And this will be 8 and 2 and 0 and 2 and 8. Okay. And then you find their sum and all. Sum of xi minus x mean into y minus y mean. That will be sum of this 10, 12, and 20. This is 20. Then you have to put in the formula. That's all over. Okay. So formula is what you know. Covariance of x and y is equal to 1 upon n summation of xi minus x mean yi minus y mean. That is summation. That summation came out to be 20, right? So 20 upon, that's all. 20 upon n, 5. So 4. So covariance is 4. Okay. So this is one method of finding covariance. There are several other methods. One more method of finding covariance I will tell you. Shortcut methods. This is one standard method of finding covariance. So just if you noted, you tell me, then I will proceed. This is the formula. Over now. Now I'll tell you one more thing. So one time pass also given in RD Sharma regarding that covariance concept. Okay, what they are telling now, that x and y values now, if you means add something or subtract something with x and y now, final value of covariance will not change. Covariance of x and y will not change. Okay, that is called shifting the origin here. Suppose you have some value of x now. Hmm? Origin is here 0. Now if you shift the origin to a, then if the origin is here, then this distance will become what, x minus a. Previously it was x, and now you shifted the origin from 0 to a. So the new value of this new coordinate will be, previous coordinate was x, new coordinate will be x minus a. Likewise y minus b. So suppose the new origin is a comma b, then the new coordinates will be x minus a and y minus b. This is called shifting the origin. And when you shift the origin, RD Sharma is telling that there is no change in the value of covariance. He has proved also, which we need not do. Okay. But he also told one more thing. This is called shifting the origin. That is one thing. And second thing is, he's telling about a change of scale. Change of scale changing. Scale changing means multiplying the x and y with certain value. For example, x value, here we are adding or subtracting some value. No? That is one thing. Second, scale change means multiplying x with some value, all the x coordinate, and all the y coordinates with some value. So suppose you multiply x and y with h, and suppose you divide it by h and k, means x becomes x minus a by h, y becomes y minus b by k. If you are dividing by hk, then covariance, final covariance value na, that will become h into, means suppose the new coordinates, the new coordinates, suppose the new coordinates are x minus a by h, and vi is y x yi minus b by k. Okay, so the final covariance of UIVI, okay, that I will tell you. So final covariance of UI and VI will be covariance of U. So covariance of XY, old XY, is equal to H into K into covariance of U into U and V. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, that means okay, and it is not, it is independent of AB. AB does not affecting anything. If just to add A or B, then covariance of UV will be same as XY. But since we are dividing by H and K, therefore covariance will also get divided by H and K. That means covariance of UV is 1 by H, 1 by HK of covariance of XY. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. Hmm. Okay now. So this is all time waste
Yes,
only
sir.
na. Huh. So I am now we come to the one more formula of there of for covariance that I will tell you now. One more formula. So one more formula is this one. Covariance of x comma y is equal to 1 by n times summation of xi yi, and I equal to 1 to I equal to n, minus 1 by n times summation of xi, and multiplied by 1 by n summation of yi. This is one formula for finding covariance. One more formula. Actually, it means what, So covariance is nothing but uh, that is we take the product of x and y and take their mean. Okay, let us not go into that. When we draw the columns, different column, you can understand, right? So now just note down this one, and I will tell you one question, then you can understand what is the meaning of it. Actually, when xi yi will be given, now you have to make one more column called xi yi, and then find all the values, and then find its summation also, and then divide it by n. Likewise, you have to find all the summation of xi and divide it by n, and then you have to find summation of yi and divide it by n, and put all these values in this formula, and then get the value of covariance of x and y. Okay. So just we'll do one question on that. You'll easily understand that also. And this may be important also, this way of solving the questions. The same question what we did with a different method, because previously one formula we discussed. What was the formula? That was a 1 by n summation of xi minus x mean into yi minus y mean. From this formula only we have derived. I am not doing the derivation, okay? It will not come in exam, but this formula has been derived from this formula only, previous formula. Now the same question will do, the new formula. Written new formula.
Yes, sir.
Then so
Yes,
new
sir.
one question, that same question xi 1 2 3 4 5 yi 2 4 6 8 10. So just to find summation xi, how much? That is 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. And summation y how much is coming? 6 12 and 20 and 30. And then you find another column xi yi, that will be 2 8 and 18 and 32 and 50. Okay, then add them 8 9 10 18 19 20 0 2 3 6 11 110. Then apply that formula of covariance of x and y, that is 1 by n times summation of xy and minus of 1 by n summation x into 1 by n summation y. So it will be n is 5 only, summation xy 1110, and that is 15 into 30 upon again 5 into 5. So this will become how much? 5 2s are 22 minus 3 into 6. So 22 minus 18, that is again coming as 4 only. Last time also remember, answer was 4 only. Okay. So this is one new one or one more method. So this completes our covariance part. Okay. Covariance is completed. Then exercise comes for the covariance. Exercise number 25.1 we can see. Just open it. We'll discuss it. So noted.
Yes, sir.
So exercise 25.1, if you open in your book, very simple. Okay. Summation xi given. If you see the first problem, summation yi is given. Summation xi yi is also given. N is also given. And they are asking the covariance of x and y. This and all very simple only. So like that, first question, second, third, fourth, fifth, all are. Second is also fine. Third is also fine. Fourth one summation xi given, summation yi given, and summation of minus 3, like that something is given. Okay. So what we have to do in that one, I don't know. Uh, See what we can do there. Actually, when summation of this one is given now, we'll multiply that one. Okay. We'll multiply them like this. And then we'll take the summation inside. Summation xi yi we want to is equal to also given na. That is what is that, 20. So this we know, and this also we know. This also we know. Summation x summation. So summation 6, you know what is that? Actually, summation xi y is how much? That is question number. I'm talking about question number. Question number fourth. Summation xi is fifth. Summation xi y we have to find out. So that let it be there. Then minus 6 times summation xi is given na 15, and 2 times summation y is how much? 40, and plus summation 6, you know, that is 6 times n actually, you know. 6 6 6 6 6 will come 6 n times. How many times n? N times 6, so 6n. And n we don't know na. N they have given, n is equal to 10 they have given. Okay, so it will become 60. So then from there you can find summation xi yi, and then you solve it. Okay, so fourth is over, fifth is over, sixth one also same way, sixth one also, sixth one I will tell you now. Okay, fourth one is clear now. Note down fourth one. If it is not clear, tell me. Then sixth one I will tell you. Again, I will tell fourth one if you is not understanding. Na, I'll tell one more time. Summation xi given 15. Summation yi is given 40. Summation xi minus 2 yi minus 3 is given as 20. Expand it. Then take the summation inside. Actually, summation 6 means from I equal to 1 to I equal to n, and n is given as 10. So this you want to calculate. Summation xi already given. Summation yi was also given already. 6n it will become. 6 into n, 60. From here you can find summation xi y, then use that in the formula. Okay, formula you know na. This formula you use it. Okay, then coming to sixth problem. Fourth, sixth also similar way. Sixth, summation xi minus 2 and summation yi minus 5 and summation xi yi 148. N is equal to 5. Okay, so this and all not a problem. Okay, xi minus, you should take the summation inside, it will become 2 times n. So from easily you can find summation xi is equal to 10 plus 20, it will come, right? Like that, summation yi minus 5n is equal to 20. Summation yi is equal to 20 plus 50, 70. Okay, then summation xi. Okay, na. So you can do these things. Sixth also you can do. Then what about seventh question? Seventh, I feel that some data we are not having correctly. Summation of ui vi is given as 8, n equal to 5. Then how we will find that summation ui? What they are telling, I don't know. Seventh question. They want covariance, na? Then they told that ui and vi are the deviations of x and y series from their respective means actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That means summation ui will be 0, summation vi will be, I will tell you now. Okay. What is the deviation from mean? I will explain you. That seventh question. Seventh question they are telling ui vi is equal to 8, n is equal to 5. But they didn't give us the data. The data, what data Summation ui they have not given, and summation vi they have not given. But they told one thing about ui and vi, that ui and vi are the deviations of x and y series from their respective means. That means ui is xi minus x mean and vi is yi minus y mean. One thing, I will tell you one thing. Always summation ui will be 0 and summation vi will be 0. Why I am telling you? Suppose I just to give you one example. 1, 2, 3. What is the mean of 1, 2, 3? Tell me. 6 by 3. 2 na. What is x minus x mean? Tell me. Minus 1, 0 and 1. What is the summation of x minus x mean? Tell me. Minus 1 plus 0 plus 1 is what? 0 or not? That means summation
Yes,
of
sir.
x
Yes, sir.
minus x mean is 0. Summation of y minus y mean, that is vi, is 0, because they are just, so that's why they didn't give us the value. We have to take it as 0 and solve the question. Okay, just apply the formula. Covariance of uv is equal to 1 by n summation of ui vi. Actually they are asking the covariance of x and y, not uv. But I told you that if you just add something or subtract something, na, then there is no change in covariance. Only when you divide something, the covariance will also get divided. Okay. So it's this case we can use for x and y also. Answer will be same only. What is it? Plus or minus? Minus was there or plus was there in the formula? Formula minus was there, na? So this totally will become 0, and 1 by n summation uivi will be the answer. 1 by 5, 8. 8 by 5 is the answer. Okay, you can check the answer also. 8 by 5 only answer given, 1.6. Okay. Seventh alone you just note down. Even I will share the recording of last statistics class of that uh, yesterday's one class, because that will help you possibly. Some things were discussed in the statistics. Okay, simple only.
Yes, sir.
Over na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then eighth problem. Find the covariance of the data. You are having the book now, you can see also. 1 comma 5, 2 comma 7. This you can do yourself at home. 4 comma 11, 5 comma 10, 6 comma 9. So we can just make one table, and you know what to do. You find the summation x, summation y, then you find summation xy and put in the formula. This formula you put and get the answer. So I'm not doing it. Ninth one also same way, easy only, covariance. 10th also easy. 11th also easy. One thing is there actually, one shortcut formula I think they have developed for variance. That shortcut formula, like just we did in the mean na, in the 10th class, that assumed mean method. Similarly for this also covariance also one shortcut formula is there. So that I will tell you now. So I am rubbing it. Now coming to one shortcut formula. So see actually what you can do now. I'll tell you one example also. Example number 6 you can check for the shortcut formula. From there you will understand what we are doing. Example 6 in your book, 25.6 page number. So you can see that actually xi yi is given. Xi is given as 35, 34, 40, 43, then 56, 20, and 38. But to reduce the values, okay, to reduce the value, like we did in assumed mean method also. Suppose we take one in between any value, and we take it as a is equal to 40, and we write ui equal to xi minus a. So we just write all the values. Okay, so like that. So it gets somewhat reduced. The calculation becomes less actually. Then you can find summation ui, and like that we develop one vi also. First we write yi. That is, we just write that 32, 30, 31, 32, 53, 20, and 33. Then find the vi also. Again you can take some other value, not necessarily the same 40, and then you just write down that value also. And then once you find ui and vi, then apply the same formula, because I told you that covariance does not depend on changing the origin. If you add a particular value or subtract a particular value to all the values of x and y, covariance will not at all get affected. Okay, so in that case we can find covariance of x and y also from uv values also, without even adding or subtracting anything. Just calculate it by the same formula. No need to add or subtract finally. But in assumed mean method, you remember the formula was different. But here it's not so because it's a covariance actually. Same formula and just use this one. Okay, understand na? Shortcut. So calculation will become very easy. Then one more column you have to make UI VI column. Then find summation UI VI, summation UI also, and summation VI also. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Uh-huh. So that you can use in solving the question number 9, 10, and 11 of the exercise. So what is your idea? Shall we go to the next exercise or first let us solve this one and then we continue? It become very heavy then next exercise also. Start means. So up to you. You tell me. If you want means I will cover that second exercise also. I'll cover it. Tell me, shall I continue that one also? Correlation analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I will teach you. No problem. This one we complete this one topic. Correlation. This exercise is over now. You return na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then one new. Then now the mainstream topic starting that what I discussed in the start of the class na, that correlation analysis that I told you na, four type, five types. That one perfect correlation, negative perfect positive, positive negative correlation, perfect negative correlation, zero correlation. That anything relate correlation between x and y, bivariable, multi means two variable. So what is the relation between them? How to find them? So there are two, three methods are there. First is the scatter diagram method, which is not in your syllabus also. So why I am wasting time on that? Scatter diagram method. Already I told you also. If just plot all the values of x and y, and if they are coming in the straight line, then it's a perfect correlation. If they are coming straight line, climbing straight line, positive perfect correlation. If they're coming climb down this straight line, all the values of x and y, if you plot on the graph, then it's a perfect negative correlation. If they are somewhat nearby straight line, not exactly in the straight line but nearby one straight line, like that kind of thing, then it is only positive correlation, not perfect one. And somewhat it is like this, the data points of x and y are somewhat near the straight line, then it is a negative correlation but not perfect negative correlation. Some like that they have done the time pass. Okay, that and all will not come in exam. Okay, and zero correlation also they told all those things, but I am not discussing that. Now coming to Carl Pearson, that is in your course, Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. That's a method of finding the correlation between x and y, and they have defined one coefficient also for that. And what is the value of the coefficient? That will tell you whether it is a positive or negative or perfect positive or perfect negative or zero correlation. That will be told by the value of that coefficient of correlation, Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So that I will tell you. If that name of that Carl, Karl, Karl, Carl Pearson, Carl Pearson coefficient. Now we are going to find one coefficient, one value of correlation. Correlation. I told you what is correlation. The relation between x and y is called correlation. So one coefficient that is called as R. The coefficient is called R. So R x comma y. Okay. Now x is what? One variable. Y is another variable. So many values of there will be for x and so many values will be there for y. And how they are interrelated with each other. So that's what we are finding the coefficient. That will be covariance. We are know how to find covariance, right? You know how to find covariance value. 4 you found out now? 4 in the last exercise. And upon root over variance. Now variance you don't know because that's variance how to calculate. I have not told you because it's not there in that. But I will tell you now how to find the variance is one quantity. How to calculate it, I will tell you. Covariance you already know. And in fact, root over variance is called standard deviation. Okay, this is totally new for you. But I am telling you the root over variation is called standard deviation, which is represented by sigma x and sigma y. So finally, we got the formula for Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. How to find variance, I will tell you separately. Okay, not now. After some time, after 5 minutes. Okay, variance. This variation, this is called variance. VARINC. This is called covariance, right? Covariance. This you know how to find. This you don't know how to find. For this also one formula is there. So note down and then I will tell you how to find. And what is the meaning of R? That also I will tell you now. This all these things are there in the page number 25.8 of your book. So R value is always greater than equal to -1 and less than equal to +1. Okay, R is always like that. If R is -1, perfect negative. R is 1, perfect positive. R is coming 0, no correlation. If R is greater than -1 and less than equal to 0, then negative correlation, but it's not a perfect one. If R is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 1, it's a positive correlation, but not perfect one. But this is a perfect negative and perfect positive. Hmm? And no correlation. As I told you, with these coefficient values, we can clearly find out what type of correlation exists between X and Y. That's why it's called as Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Okay. Now I will tell you the formula for variance. Okay. If you have noted it down, I will tell you formula for variance. In fact, one example I will solve so that you can understand what is the variance, how to find the variance. Written this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the formula for variance is this one. Variance of x is equal to 1 by n times summation xi minus x mean whole square. Now I'll give you one example. Okay, simple. Some x value we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what is the mean of this? Tell me. 5, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 upon 5, 3. Find out one more column you have, xi minus x mean column. Okay. So how much it will be? Tell me. So it will be like that. Then one more column you make like this square column. And then find its summation of xi minus x mean square. How much it is coming? 5, 6, 10. Hmm? So that's what I'm telling you. 10 upon n, 10 upon 5. The answer is 2. So variance of x is how much? 2. Now you are not able to understand what is the physical meaning of variance, but first of all you are understanding how to find it out. Physical meaning I am telling you. See, I just listen to me. This is observation. Observation. This is a data. Some data. Some data, maybe class marks or rainfall or something. Okay, and this is a mean, x mean. That is some central value. And what is xi? This is called deviation. Why deviation? Whatever is the observation value, how much it is deviating from the mean. That is called xi minus x mean. Mean is 3 means how much is the difference between 1 and 3 minus 2. How much is the difference between 2 and 3 minus 1. This is called deviation. Okay, how much is the difference between 3? This is 0. 4 and 3, 1. 5 and 3, 2. So how much this is a deviation? Okay. But if you take the average of this deviation, it will come out to be 0, as I told you. If you take the average, that's why these people are not interested in deviation. They are interested in square of the deviation, because square what it will do, it will change. It will change the negative to positive. So in that case, answer will not come 0, and at least we will know that how much the values are deviating from the central number. So if you take the square, it is coming 41014. So it is, and if you find out the summation of this, and sometimes you may find out the summation of xi, and you are doing mean of that. You are taking what mean 1 upon n, na? So it's a mean of the summation of the squares of the deviation. You understand? Mean of the summation of what? Squares of the deviation. So basically, you are trying to find out that how much the values or observations are far away from the central value, that is the mean value. That type of thing is called what? That kind of number is called what? Variance. Variance means var. Variance means varying. Varying means away. How much away from the mean value? Understand what is variance? Physical meaning of variance.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
So variance is this one. Like that, you have to find variance of y also. X is also one observation, y is also one observation. So variance of y is also having same formula. If you have noted it down, I will write the variance of y also formula. And then I will tell you what is standard deviation. So variance of y formula, that is the same as 1 by n summation of yi minus y mean square. Now I'll tell you what is so till now we understood some things, that this is called deviation, and if you take its mean, then it is called mean deviation. Sorry, mean of deviation, you can say mean of deviation, but it will come out to be 0. That's why we are taking its square and then taking its mean, and that's why it is called as variance. Variance. Variance of x. And now I will tell you the standard deviation, one new term which is called standard deviation. What we do now, actually, see, listen, that this we are squaring now. We are changing the units, because x minus x mean is suppose having meter unit, but here it's a square, so it's changing its unit. We don't want to change the units, so we'll put a root over it. Since we are putting the root over the variance, it becomes a new term called standard deviation, which is represented by sigma, and the variance is represented by VAR. So sigma is root over VAR. Sigma of x is VAR of x. Standard deviation is root over variance. Simple. Okay. Or you can say variance is standard deviation square. Okay. So you got the point. Why we are finding what is the meaning of standard deviation? So if you have noted it, all these things, note it down. These are all simple. These are just a definition summary I am telling. So 4 terms we have learned today: deviation, mean of deviation, variance, and standard deviation. Noted?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you have noted, means what is that? That formula of the coefficient of what is it called? Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. We discussed the formula was covariance of the Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation was covariance of x and y. You know what is covariance? Upon root over, I told you, root over variance of x and root over variance of y. And now you are very, very clear that what is root over variance. Just now we discussed root over variance is standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Okay. This is the formula of the coefficient of correlation, Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Now you know the formula of covariance of x and y. That was, if you remember, that summation xi yi 1 upon n and minus, I think this only. So this was the formula, and there were some more formulas. Okay. And upon whatever the form, okay, that I am not writing all these formulas, this you know. But I don't know whether I discussed with you or not. One more formula is there for covariance of x and y. One more formula, that is 1 by n summation of x minus x mean. I have discussed, I think, y minus y mean, I equal to 1 to I equal to n. This is I and this is I. This is also one form. This also we discussed, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So some derivation is given in the book for the for the one final formula for the this one coefficient, but I am writing direct answer. 2 3 formulas are there. Okay, so I am writing all those formulas because derivation will not help at all. Ultimately we have to remember the formula, so I am writing the formulas, direct formulas for the coefficient of correlation. All those formulas one by one we'll see, one by one question we'll see, so we'll be able to use this formula. So now I'm rubbing it whatever I written here, and I'll tell you the different formula. So now the first formula is, and based on that formula our exercise is also based on that formula only. So first formula, that is even you can mark in your book also, so that you can, whenever you study, it will be easy for you. First formula already we discussed, that is covariance upon standard deviation, that one. Then one more formula is so R of xy is 1/n was there, but now it has got cancelled. Actually, n was there in the numerator as well as in denominator, so it got cancelled. So you understood now. One by n will be there in the numerator, and 1/n is there in denominator. That and all got cancelled. Actually, the 1/n will be there in the denominator like this. Actually, inside the root itself. So 1 by root over 1 by n, root over 1 by n will become 1 by n. Anyway, it will cancel with numerator. So I am not showing all that. Directly written the formula. This is the formula. One formula. Two more are there. One more is there. First you note down this one. Actually, I was afraid of seeing all these things before when you sent me that PDF. Na, when I saw all these things, I got afraid. What is this? I have not studied this before, because I also, for me, correlation is new topic. So that's why I wanted to prepare the topic today only. Just I started reading on it, so it is somewhat okay only. It is just by look only it looks somewhat complicated, but when we solve question, then it is okay. So this is easy only actually. But this is one formula, and one more formula, R of x comma y summation, that is based on the previous formula here. The previous we had na xi minus yi summation xi summation yi. N will get cancelled in numerator and denominator. Some that cancellation and all I'm not showing it. Okay, but I'm directly writing the formula. N will come, one n will come here upon root over. For this also one summation n times summation xi square minus summation xi the whole square. Both are different. And again root over n times summation yi square is different thing, and minus root over yi whole square, that is a different thing. So this is another formula based on which we can find the, I'm not doing the derivation. Okay, directly written the formula. Derivation also we can do. Actually variance, one more formula I wanted to discuss that you can just write down now. So based on that only this formula is based on. Variance, one more formula. One formula what you discussed, root over, sorry, variance was summation of y x minus x mean the whole square by n. Na? So one more formula, that is 1 by n times root over xi square minus 1 by n summation xi the whole square. This is one more formula for variance of x, and variance of y is 1 by n summation yi square and minus. I can tell you how this formula has come into picture, but if, meanwhile just you note down these two formula. It has come from the expansion of that previous formula only. Okay, but just note down. And based on these two only, this formula has come into picture. Okay. So all the formulas we have discussed now. Now we can go to the exercise. Okay, Ann. So I think why not we can do remaining things in the next class. What?
Yes,
How
sir.
much? I think we are also tired. Also, so much we are done now. It will go over the head only if I teach further. Better we can discuss this in next class. Okay, so just to
Yes,
solve
sir.
the previous question you solve. Next class, I will tell you. Tomorrow evening also we can have. Tomorrow Monday evening we can have 8 o'clock. You are having something 8 o'clock?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh, you are having the 7 o'clock. You can come 7.
Okay.
No.
Sir, tomorrow I have 6 to 7:30 one class and 8 to 9 one class, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Where you are going here? Accountancy and all?
Through Urban Pro app, sir.
Oh, Urban Pro only. Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, then I will. School when till what time you are having school?
5, sir.
Till 5 o'clock. Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. Then leave tomorrow. Then. Then day after tomorrow we'll see Wednesday. Wednesday also same problem. Okay, I will see. Huh? Bye. First you solve these questions. Inform me we have solved and all. And then we'll plan one class. I will call both of you separate. Anytime I will call you. But you are having school till 5 o'clock. Na? That is one problem is there. If you don't have school any day, you tell me. Then we can do that day.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing. So like that we'll do. Even this also you can even try this exercise. It won't be a problem. Just to try to do it. At least see the example. You will understand.
Yes, sir.
Try to see the example of the next exercise also. Okay, bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye.